So who is Amos Miller? That's the question that we're to answer right now. Amos Miller is the owner of Miller's Organic Farm located in Birmingham, Pennsylvania. He's been doing this for 30 years, guys. On August 23rd, 2022, Patrick Carroll wrote a really interesting article found in FEE, Foundation for Economic Education, about Amos Miller. We're going to talk about Amos Miller and how that can affect you as a farmer, homesteader, farmsteader, rancher, or market gardener, or just a private citizen. How is what's going on with Amos Miller going to affect you? So if you want to know that, continue to watch this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I really do want to know what you guys think about this as we get into this topic. So how did our federal government actually figure out who Amos Miller happened to be? Well, in 2016, the FDA took listeria samples in Miller's raw milk. They're also claiming that Miller would never let them on his farm. So I'm curious, how did they get these samples and how could they actually prove it came off this man's farm? And then they proved that this listeria was genetically similar to the developed listerias. Genetically similar. Viewer, you and I are genetically similar. I'm just saying. So no actual proof. So for 5 years now, since 2017, that is 5 years, and FSIS, which is Food Safety Inspection Service, FSIS, got involved. They have been sending this gentleman documents and cease and desist and all this other stuff. So I took a lot of notes, so let's get into it. July 23rd of 2021, Judge Edward Smith signed an order imposing sanctions on Amos Miller and Miller's Organic Farm, including but not limited to a $250,000 fine that was to be paid within 30 days to the United States government. But they just sent billions to Ukraine. Now, Mr. Miller is also to reimburse the USDA's Food Safety Inspection Service, FSIS, FSIS, $14,436.26 for them coming out with armed guards. They're going to charge him for that. He's Amish, I doubt you had anything to worry about. He had 60 days to meet that obligation. Every day that he did not change his website and put up appropriate signs saying what he was in trouble for and all this other stuff, and they're trying to get rid of pedophiles having to notify people that they live by them, I'm just saying. He was going to be fined $1,500 a day. Now, as of now, the last article I saw, they said in total he owes the United States government $305,000, guys. Come on, America. For listeria that was genetically similar to two people who got listeriosis. Genetically similar. I'm just saying, wouldn't all listeria be genetically similar? I mean, I know they don't teach science, real science anymore in public schools, but for the ones of us pushing 50, I just say maybe 35 and older, wouldn't you say all listeria would be genetically similar? And that if you really wanted to pinpoint, if they can DNA sample humans down to one individual out of 8 billion in the world, surely they could have done better testing and been able to say without a doubt this listeriosis outbreak came from your listeria. What do you think? Put it in the comments because I'd like to hear it. Because guys, this is a joke. This is a joke. You've got people out there, the mainstream media are going after this gentleman Like he is the devil. Like he is anti-government. The Amish? The Amish? Troublemakers? It's like being a Christian Republican nowadays. I don't know what we're going to do, America, but let's get into this topic. From selling raw milk. All right. So out of curiosity, I was like, wow. I mean, they're coming after him hot and heavy with regulations, basically armed FDA agents all over this gentleman's private property in America. And I was like, how does that affect me in Southeast Louisiana? You know, I'm a homesteader, but I also work with the USDA and RCS, and I tell you guys all the time, the laws that are coming down are intense to get started in farming, market garden, any of that. So that is why you should watch this video, because I would like to have a conversation with you. I like information, I like to share information, but I really, more than anything, I want to hear how you feel about this. How do you feel about an Amish farmer who wants to be able to sell food to people with no preservatives in it, no chemicals on it, completely organic? He gardens in a way that I guarantee it, he is capturing carbon continually. All right, this man has been passed down knowledge for generations, and he knows how to farm. His food is top notch. You can bet your two right shoes that this gentleman's food is so nutrient dense that it is a legitimately medicine, guys. Food is medicine. And he actually states in this article that I'm reading from the Foundation of Economic Education, FEE, that's the article that I found, that people come to him who are ill. He has 4,000 private buyers from him. He doesn't sell in grocery stores. He's not out at markets and all that. These people come to him, to his farm directly, and pick it up. I mean, could not we all relate to that? Isn't that what we're all pressing for, is to bring you and your family to our farms, to let us show you what we do, because we love what we do, right? You guys hear me talking about that all the time. I love what I do. I want more people to have this freedom, this debt-free lifestyle, this clean eating lifestyle. And so does Amos Miller. He understands that people are coming to him because they are sick. Their kids have been diagnosed with crazy, insane diseases that you couldn't find 25 years ago. That's the truth. And he knows that. And he is not trying to be all scientific, but obviously 4,000 private buyers that buy from him regularly. This man knows what he's doing. He has created a client list like we would all want. But now the government's like, nope, had a listeria outbreak. We're going to shut you down. You don't meet these $500,000, basically it's like $500,000 policies to meet the things that they want you to be able to do to butcher a cow and that kind of stuff. I've looked into what it would take to open a slaughterhouse, but basically, yeah, like a slaughtering facility. Guys, wow, it's all I can say. Now, is food policy important? Absolutely. I'm a Louisiana food fellow. Like, I totally believe that you should follow food policy, but I also believe that we have extensive government, federal government overreach coming down the pipeline that is really going to cause a problem. America is moving into a food crisis. It's happening around the world already. America is now beginning to feel it. The inflation has pushed food costs through the roof, gas costs through the roof, everything through the roof. So if you can't purchase food locally, and as you go into Walmart, people are complaining the food is rotting everywhere. Like they go to the fruits and vegetables section, things are so out of date. People are seeing expiration dates well past on the food that's already out on the shelves, in the coolers. They're going in, they're like, things have gone up in price and quality has gone down tremendously, and we are concerned. Well, you have a gentleman here that can feed 4,000 people. He could honestly probably double that with little to no trouble, because the Amish are prepared for what is coming. But the government wants to shut him down with armed guards. An Amish person? Good Lord, if they going after the Amish, they're coming after all of us. I mean, that's just the truth. The truth. Sorry if you hear the rain. It is Southeast Louisiana. I tell you guys, it rains all the time here lately. All right, so I went to the FDA Food Safety Recall page. As you guys know, I'm all about science. What I found was like, whoa. Let me just start at the top because it's crazy how they put this out here. Like, they don't want you to read it, so it's not in friendly mode. It begins with recalls, market withdrawal, safety alerts, South Georgia, pecan co-recalls, great value, 4-ounce walnut chop pouches due to pouch containing pecans. That's South Georgia Pecan Company. It goes on, salad kits due to the possible inclusion of an ingredient not listed on the product label. Kraft Heinz announcing voluntary recall of Capri Sun wild cherry flavored juice drink blend beverages due to, ready for this? Cleaning product found in your kids' Capri Sun. Guys, I'm gonna turn the camera around and let you look at this page and you see what I'm talking about. So this is how our government sets up their recall page. Isn't that friendly? User friendly. Look at that nonsense. Really makes you want to read it, huh? Maybe there's a reason it's set up like this, guys. So my question is this. This is just August and July of 2022. You guys saw how much information is on that page. This man had 2 listeria outbreaks in 30 years of selling to people. Took him 2 years to track it back to him. In all honesty, 2 years, a lot of information can go wrong there. Kind of smells fishy to me. So my point is this. All these companies are having things recalled every hour in the U.S. Cleaning supplies found inside your kids' drinks. Listeria, I mean, you should see the dog food recalls. If you have a pet on dry dog food, you better get on these sites and check it out, guys. It is heartbreaking. Listeria, what was the other big one? Salmonella, and I mean, in people's food too, not just animal feed, okay? So my question for all of you, and I really want your honest opinion, how much is too much? This gentleman's been selling food for 30 years and has only ever had 2 outbreaks of listeria. 2 technical, what would be called recalls from the same product, right? That's what they're saying. That's all they could get him on. You have companies having recalls every hour of almost every day across the United States. They're killing our dogs. People are dying left and right. They're getting seriously ill. They've got chemical cleaning solutions found in your kids' Capri Suns. But because they are a global elite company, they're setting the policy that small farmers and small ranchers and small market gardeners must also reach out to meet. Government oversight kills the creation of new jobs. What about our children? How are they going to be entrepreneurs? How are you going to end up being an entrepreneur with this kind of heavyweight coming down with FSMA, FSMA? If you have not seen the video we did on FSMA, highly suggest you watch it. It's only an intro. Guys, I could do 22 videos alone, 10 minutes apiece on that binder this thick about what they're fixing to do for small market gardens, small gardeners. But guess what? If you make over $500,000 a year on your farm, you don't have to meet those standards. What kind of BS is that? So all I'm saying, guys, is we need to put a rein around our federal government's neck. We need to quit voting in people who are all about this policy making. Guys, the IRS is the watchdog for taxes. They just hired 87,000 new IRS agents and gave them all guns. Have you seen the gun training videos online? They're hilarious. Anyway, these idiots say that they're going to come in for people only making more than $400,000. Okay. And FSMA's going to affect people making only under $500,000. You guys are making policies that actually go against each other. So all I'm saying, I'd like to know what you think. I really do want to have discourse on this because it's like really bothering me that we're allowing our federal government to go off after the most peaceful people in America, the Amish. Y'all, wake up, America. If we can't grow food, you can't eat. And I mean this. My husband and I say this all the time. We don't care how much cash you have, sweetheart. When you get hungry enough and cash is worthless, because there's no food to buy. Can you eat that money? No.
And you sure can't buy my food.
And you won't be able to buy my food. He's right, because I'm not taking worthless money. So I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying, let's have a discourse. Come on, America, let's talk about this. And if you were sitting here thinking, like, why should I watch this? This is very important. You need to be aware of what's coming down the federal pipelines through the FDA, through the USDA, through the NRCS, through the, what did they call that you had so much trouble saying? Oh, the Inflation Reduction Act. All right? It has nothing to do with inflation. It's going to push it through the roof. I'm telling you guys. So if you're watching this video, if you've watched this for, I want your opinion. It means a lot to me. I want to hear from other farmers, other ranchers, other market gardeners, and other Americans. How do you feel about our federal government going after the stinking Amish, dude? He's been doing this for 30 years. He doesn't need your help. You need to go after these global companies who keep having to recall this food because they're letting poison, plastic, listeria, salmonella. Guys, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and mainly because a lot of our inputs are coming in from other countries who don't have to follow the same regulations as you and I. So as an American trying to grow food for fellow Americans of all race, creed, and color, I don't even care if you live in America, call yourself an American. All of us trying to feed each other, and yet the regulations they want to apply to me that I know good and darn stinking well, other third world countries cannot meet these same standards, but they still get a USDA seal of approval. It's ridiculous. You guys have a blessed day. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you're thinking about the federal food regulations coming down the pipeline.